Hello, Creamers. Welcome back to WrestleCream. I am Hot Joe, and it's time for Triple Shot. Today we are looking at the professional wrestling company All Elite Wrestling. You know, from television. Now, a while back, Tony Khan made a big business arrangement with the DC Comic Book Corporation. During DC's KO event, some of AEW's best and brightest crossed over. We saw some of the biggest wrestling stars in the pages of the comic book magazines. We saw Darby Allin, we saw Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, and even Mercedes Moné. Very high budget corporate synergy. But I thought to myself in my room, what if we do the opposite thing? The reverse crossing over. We don't put the wrestlers in the comic books. We take the actual superheroes from the comic book world and we sign them to full-time AEW television contracts. But they keep all their special powers. They have the magic and the lasers, but instead of fighting the crime on the streets, they are trying to win the championship belts on TBS or TNT or simulcasted on HBO Max. Let's look at the first boy. Number 1, Wally West, the Speed Force babyface. First up is a young man named Wally West. He is the Flash Boy. Now, his origin is that he got struck by a massive bolt of lightning, ouch, while he was standing next to a shelf of toxic science juices. This gave him access to the Speed Force, a cosmic energy that makes your legs move all fast and everything. But let's look at why he chose the wrestling ring. Wally was just a boy when he got violently struck by lightning and was burned by harsh chemicals at the exact same time. He was just a regular teenager from Blue Valley. When he gets these powers, his metabolism goes crazy. He has to eat 80,000 calories a day just to stay alive, or his body will wither away like a prune. Do you know how much a grocery bill is for 80,000 calories of food? It is thousands of dollars a week. Wally looks at the streets of Central City. He sees bank robbers. He realizes if I catch these bank robbers, the police just say, "Thanks, kid," and give him a little plastic badge. That doesn't buy 30 plates of lasagna. That doesn't pay for his health insurance when he accidentally runs into a wall at the speed of sound. Wally is also a big, major wrestling fan. He grew up watching all the fast movements on the television. He realizes if I go to Jacksonville and sign a contract with Tony Khan, I can use the Speed Force to become the ultimate high-flying babyface. I can get the big television checks legally, and I get a giant catering spread backstage with unlimited protein shakes for my medical condition. It makes perfect sense for his life. He arrives in AEW. He gets into a major feud with Will Ospreay because they are both the fastest movers in the world. Will Ospreay goes for the Os Cutter off the ropes, but Wally uses the Speed Force to vibrate his entire body through the canvas. Will Ospreay falls right through the ring floor onto the concrete below. His finisher is called the Cosmic Treadmill Clothesline. He runs all the way to Chicago, runs back to the arena, enters the ring, and hits you at the speed of light. The referee can't even count to 3 because his hands move too slow for the temporal distortion. He just wins automatically, and Wally goes straight to the back to eat 12 jars of grape jelly. Number 2, Raven, the Dark Empath. Number 2 is Raven, a very dark, gloomy girl from the Teen Titans team. Her origin is very intense. Her father is a giant, several-eyed demon king named Trigon, who lives in an underworld of fire and wants to destroy the universe. Raven has all his dark magic, but she uses her brain to keep it hidden so she doesn't turn evil. Now, why does she choose professional wrestling? Because of her empathy powers. She can feel every emotion of every person around her. If she walks down a regular city street, her brain explodes because she feels the sadness of the bus driver, the anger of the tax man, and the stress of the shoppers. It's too much noise. But in a wrestling arena, the emotions are very simple. The crowd is either screaming yay for the good guy or boo for the bad guy. It is a controlled emotional environment. Raven realizes that the wrestling ring is the only place she can release her demonic dark energy safely without destroying a city block. It is a form of physical therapy for her family trauma. She arrives in AEW looking for a dark home. Raven meets up with Tekla and the Sisters of Sin. They look at her dark purple cape and say, "You have the right kind of bad attitude." They decide to let her into the group. Because of this, they have to change the name of their faction. It used to be called the Triangle of Madness, but since there are 4 of them now, they changed the name to the Square of Madness, because a square has 4 corners for the 4 girls or whatever it is. She gets into a massive program with Mercedes Moné. Mercedes comes out with all the bright lights and the fancy CEO music. She starts doing her dance, but Raven uses her demonic magic to turn the arena lights completely off while the other squares of madness hiss from the ringside area. Raven doesn't even lock up with her, she just hovers 6 feet above the ring, floating in the air, and uses her telepathic empathy powers to inject deep emotional sadness directly into Mercedes' mind. Mercedes' mind? She makes Mercedes remember every time she lost her car keys or felt lonely at a birthday party. Mercedes starts crying so hard her makeup runs onto her expensive boots. Then Raven drops down and locks in her finisher, the Soul Self Submission. A giant shadow bird emerges from her chest, wraps around the opponent, and drains all their positive energy until they tap out. Raven picks up the victory because no one can hit a shadow with a steel chair. It just passes right through the darkness. Obviously, use your head. Number 3, Booster Gold, the grappler from the future. Numero 3 is Michael John Carter. The people call him Booster Gold. His origin is that he is from the actual future, the 25th century, if the details are that important to you. He was a college football star who ruined his life by taking bribes to lose games to pay for medicine for his sick mom. He got completely banned from sports. He had to work a night watchman shift at a superhero museum where he got bitter watching old videos of heroes getting praised. So he broke into the displays and stole a bunch of high-tech gear, a Legion of Superheroes flight ring, a force field belt, and a little floating robot friend named Skeets. Then he took a time machine back to our time. Now, why did he choose AEW instead of being a regular superhero? I thought I told you to use your head. Because Booster Gold doesn't care about saving people from burning buildings. He cares about the glory he lost when he was kicked out of football, and he cares about cold, hard cash. He looks at the superhero world and realizes superheroes don't get paid a salary. Superman doesn't get a paycheck from the city of Metropolis. Batman has to use his own private family money. Booster doesn't have private family money. The only thing his mother is rich of is disease. She's riddled with disease. He has a stolen robot and a gambling debt from the future. He realizes that All Elite Wrestling is a high-paying entertainment sport with pay-per-view bonuses and merchandise royalties. He can wear his corporate sponsors directly on his golden suit, get the fame he craves, and make millions of dollars on television. His special advantage in the ring is incredible. His floating robot Skeets flies around the ring and uses future internet technology to download the opponent's entire match history in 1 second. Skeets uses an algorithm to tell Booster exactly what move is coming next. So if he's wrestling Darby Allin, Darby goes to the top rope to do a coffin drop, but Booster's future tech belt creates an invisible force field 3 feet above the ring. Darby jumps off, hits the invisible wall, and bounces off like a trampoline. Booster stands there fixing his hair in the camera reflection because he already knows he's going to win. His finisher is called the Sponsor Slam. He hits a massive power slam, but while he's pinning the opponent, he forces the ring announcer to read a 15-second advertisement for a regional insurance company. The fans throw their cups at him because he uses the future to make money instead of doing the clean wrestling. So what did we learn? If you get hit by a giant lightning bolt from the sky, don't go running around the neighborhood trying to find a bank robber or a guy stealing a lady's purse. That doesn't make any financial sense. Go straight to the backstage catering room at a television taping. They have the giant trays of fruits and foods, and you can eat all the energy you need for free without getting a bill from the grocery store. It's just good business for your fast legs. If you have too many feelings inside your head because your dad is a giant red volcano monster, don't go to the doctor to talk about your brain. No, just find 3 other girls who wear black makeup like Tekla and make a human shape with 4 corners. Then you can just float in the air and make Mercedes Moné cry about her car keys. The future time is very expensive. If you steal a tiny robot, make sure he knows how to use the laptop to look at the internet videos of Darby Allin. That way, you can just turn on your invisible fence and go buy a hot dog while the other guy falls down. Thanks for watching, Creamers. Don't forget to put your comments in the box below. Goodbye. Keep the cream cold or warm. That's up to you, really. I gotta go. I got something else. HJ out.
Oi, 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 oi. That's good, good, good.